Hello and welcome back to the Raw Feeding Journal. I'm Charlotte.
And I'm Robin.
Today, we're diving into a topic that's become a hot debate in the raw feeding world. If you've been to the pet shop recently, you've probably noticed that raw feeding no longer just means frozen blocks of mince. There are so many options now.
That's right. Alongside the frozen tubs, we're now seeing freeze-dried nuggets, air-dried jerky-style bites, and everything in between. It's exciting, but it can also be a bit overwhelming.
So, which one should you choose? Frozen, freeze-dried, air-dried? They all have their pros and cons, and today we're here to break them down for you. We'll talk about nutrition, convenience, and cost, so you can figure out what's best for your dog and your lifestyle. Let's start with the classic, frozen raw. This is what most people think of when they picture raw feeding. It's raw meat, bone, and offal, sometimes with veg or supplements, ground down and frozen immediately to lock in freshness.
And nutritionally speaking, frozen raw is the gold standard. It retains all the natural moisture, around 70%, which is fantastic for your dog's kidney and urinary tract health. Plus, you're getting all the natural enzymes and vitamins intact.
But let's be honest, it's not the easiest option. You need freezer space, you have to remember to defrost it overnight, and there's a bit of cleaning involved.
Definitely. It's a bit of a commitment, but you can't beat it for value. Frozen raw is by far the most budget-friendly option.
Next up, we have freeze-dried raw. This one feels like it belongs in a sci-fi movie. The raw ingredients are frozen and then placed in a vacuum chamber, where the ice turns straight into vapor.
The result? All the moisture is gone, but the nutritional profile stays almost identical to fresh frozen raw. Freeze-dried retains about 98% of the nutrients, including proteins, amino acids, and enzymes.
The big selling point here is convenience. It's lightweight, shelf-stable, and doesn't require any freezer space. Perfect for holidays, leaving your dog with a pet sitter, or those mornings when you forget to defrost the frozen blocks.
Just remember to rehydrate it. Freeze-dried food has zero moisture, so feeding it as is can dehydrate your dog. Add warm water, or even better, bone broth or goat's milk kefir for an extra nutrient boost.
But let's talk about cost. Freeze-dried is the most expensive option. The process to make it is energy-intensive and time-consuming, and that's reflected in the price tag. Finally, let's look at air-dried raw. This is often confused with freeze-dried, but the process is very different. Instead of freezing, air-dried raw is made by gently evaporating the moisture using low-temperature air over many hours or even days.
Nutritionally, air-dried is still excellent. There's a slight loss of heat-sensitive enzymes, but it's still far superior to highly processed kibble.
And it's so easy to use. Unlike freeze-dried, which you need to rehydrate, air-dried is usually a scoop and serve option. It's brilliant for puzzle toys, snuffle mats, or as high-value training treats.
Cost-wise, it falls in the middle. More expensive than frozen raw, but slightly cheaper than freeze-dried.
So, Robin, the big question, which one is best?
Honestly, that depends on your lifestyle and budget. If you have the freezer space and want the most cost-effective natural option, stick with frozen raw.
If you're traveling, need a backup, or just want something lightweight and super convenient, freeze-dried raw is fantastic.
And if you miss the scoop and pour ease of kibble, but want the health benefits of raw, air-dried raw is your perfect match.
A lot of people actually use a mix of all three: frozen at home, freeze-dried for holidays, and air-dried for training.
That's the beauty of raw feeding today. You have options.
Thanks for listening to the Raw Feeding Journal. We'll see you next time.